Now, everybody stand up. I haven't had a meetup in a long time, so I'm just jonesing to zap people. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to point to that feeling that you labeled resistance. I want you to point to where you feel it. I want you to look at it with your inner eyes. I want you to notice there's a color connected to that feeling. What's the color? First impression. You don't have to tell me, but know. And then what I want you to do is I want you to reach into that area, grab actually before we reach in and grab it, I want you to notice where that is in your body, point to it with one hand, take your other hand, reach out and touch the picture of that feeling, or connected to that feeling. Trace the edges of it with both of your hands so you know exactly how big it is. Perfect. And now what I want you to do, just to make sure we got the right one, make it bigger. Notice what happens to the feeling. Ew. Okay, put it back down to its original size. Pull it closer to the body. Notice what happens to the feeling. Ew. That's right. Okay. Now put it away from you. Good. Now, put a big, thick black frame around it. White the image out completely, or black the image out completely. Notice which one makes it feel better, the way you want to feel instead. And now, whether you're right-handed or left-handed, in the index finger of your dominant hand, I want you to write everything that this experience had to teach you, positive or negative, so you can keep the lessons and let the rest go. And just keep writing. By the way, if you start yawning, coughing, choking, giggling, feeling emotion, that's perfect. Just keep writing till you know you've got it all. Sometimes you may not like the lessons you learn, but that's okay. You don't have to like it. You just have to accept it. I hate the fact that I'll never be 6 foot tall. Pisses me off. But I accept it. When you know you've got it, shrink that frame down to the size of a postage stamp. Float it up over the top of your head and back behind the horizon. And you know the sound a nail gun makes? Or maybe the sound of a bank vault slamming? Maybe the sound of a toilet flushing? The sound of that recycle bin? Notice the change. Notice it's gone. Think about what you want instead. That feeling used to be blocking. Notice where you feel that. Look at it with your inner eyes. Notice there's a color connected to that feeling. If you can't see color, pretend you do. Notice what pops into your head. Reach in, grab all that energy, take it out and hold it in your hands in front of you. Make sure you get it all, because sometimes that shit hides. When you got it all, I want you to start playing with the direction it's spinning until it becomes exactly what you want to feel instead. When you got it, spin it like a wheel in that direction. Double the speed, double the force, double the magnitude, double the amplitude. Keep doubling it over and over again until it takes on a life of its own, until it's impossible for it to go back the way it was. When you know you've got it, slam it back into that spot. Notice the change. Notice those new feelings just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Doubling and tripling in force and magnitude. Pay attention to what happens as for some mysterious reason it takes on a life of its own. It begins to get bigger, more powerful, stronger, surging through your body in every way, moving back through every level of your nervous system, every level of your body and mind, every place that you're harboring any less than positive experiences, things you consciously know about, things you unconsciously know about, and the energy rushes and surges through that area, washing them away. And then at some point, as that process continues, it flows back through all of your memories, the ones you're consciously aware of, the ones you're unconsciously aware of. And it begins to change those memories at the root. It begins to modify, magnify, amplify only the ones that support this new way of being, that move you forward faster and faster in the direction of the life you want, while at the same time dissolving, diminishing, transforming any other memory so that it only becomes a memory that supports this new way of being. And for a brief moment in time, you have the experience of having two sets of memories. And that's okay. And then suddenly, one set will begin to just dissolve, replaced by this new set. And each night while you sleep and while you dream, your unconscious mind will take the learnings of this training, the processes you've learned consciously and unconsciously. And he or she will apply them to every part of your mind, every part of your body where you can most utilize this training, where it'll do you the most good to put you on track for the life you want, the way you want it. For as long as your heart continues to beat, for as long as your lungs continue to breathe, feel those transformations continuing to amplify. So that each morning upon awakening, you'll see the world through new eyes. Experience the world with a new perspective and a sense of adventure, a sense of possibility, realizing as good as it is now, hell, it's only getting better. Why? Because this is the worst you'll ever be at it. First time you learn anything is the time you suck the most. Look what you're doing already. And the beautiful part is, because your unconscious mind looks and feels and processes time differently than we do, it can spend thousands of hours and days and weeks in the blink of an eye practicing these skills, translating them to every part of your mind, every part of your body, so that each night, while you sleep and while you dream, the part of your mind that can most utilize these skills will make all the necessary changes that cause you to become the person who can be, do, and have the life you want the way you want it. You'll find your vibrations changing deep inside your mind, body, and soul to more fully attract the exact results you want in the way that you know that you're getting it, by your standards and definitions. Now, many times when those things manifest, it'll seem like a coincidence. It'll seem just, oh, it just happened. Realize that that's exactly how your unconscious mind always works. If you're looking for a linear, logical way of manifesting, that's just a different part of your brain that thinks it knows, as opposed to the part of your brain that actually does. So in a moment, not yet, but in just a moment, I want you to allow your eyes to open only at the rate and speed that you know you've got it. Only at the rate and speed that your unconscious mind and every level of it is in full agreement, full harmony with these processes. Seeing the world through new eyes, realizing it's only getting better. Take a look around, notice how different you feel. All I ask is if you had a good time, post good things to the meetup. If you didn't have a good time, post to somebody else's. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you next week.